There's a call in the air, can you hear it ring? A vision of change, it's our time to bring. Gather round all you dreamers and doers. Together we're stronger, together we're movers. Lifting each voice, a chorus so bold. In the name of love, let our stories unfold. Every heart matters, every hand we lend. Welcome to the table where we all transcend. Welcome to the table where new dreams are born. A space for the hopeful, a bright new dawn. With courage and kindness, let's break down the walls. For initiative, together we'll answer the calls. No more division, it's time to unite. Each story, each struggle, it's our shared light. From every corner, let's lift and embrace, creating a future with compassion and grace. So let's build the bridges, let's cross every line. In the heart of the struggle, the stars will align. The promise of progress with every hand we lend. Welcome to the table where we all transcend. To the table where new dreams are born. A space for the hopeful, a bright new dawn. With courage and kindness, let's break down the walls. For initiative, together we'll answer the calls. Welcome to the table where new dreams are born. A space for the hopeful, a bright new dawn. With courage and kindness, let's break down the walls. For initiative, together we'll answer the calls. Together we'll rise. Together we'll fight. Hand in hand we'll chase the light. And we'll chase the light. Championing change, let's write our own song. With faith in each other, we can't go wrong. Welcome to the table where new dreams are born. A space for the hopeful, a bright new dawn. With courage and kindness, let's break down the walls. For initiative, together we'll answer the call. So come join the circle, take your place here. With love as our guide, we'll shed every fear. Welcome to the table, the time is now. In unity we stand, let's take our bow.
Okay, we are. That's. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Welcome back, everybody. We're back on another Wednesday night playing some D&D in the beautiful campaign. If you weren't here last week, some exciting things happened and some odd things happened, if I'm being honest. They are fighting Orlana's dad right now, which is just chaos. Was not a way I was expecting to go last week. I was not prepared. 100%, I was not prepared for it at all. Like, I had to do I had to steal one of my blight stat blocks that I made for my blights from my other campaign and just fiddle with it a little bit because I had no stat block for the dad. I had nothing at all. I wasn't expecting you guys to be like, let's kill him. That was not where I was going with this. But now you've given me a week to get some things going. So now I have a more clearer picture about what is going on. But yes, that was very, very, very exciting. And thank you all for coming back. If you are coming back, and we appreciate you coming and having a blast watching us play this crazy game, which is super exciting at times, but also very what would you say? Yeah, scary. A little. Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and just dive into this recap here. We started off last session with Hathor leading Ronnie to the corrupted grove, where they found some interesting information that portrayed and led to what is happening kind of now, actually. I'm not going to give you all that information because it will come out, but it'll come out during the session because we have a player here who doesn't know what happened in that grove. But when Orlana got to Red Hollow and she allowed the locals to meet her dragon and finally realize that this is a thing and they are very much real, she decided to go and investigate her house because she found out that it seemed like someone might have been there overnight. Which is strange because no one else knew that or had seen her father come back, and the only two people who lived in that house was Orlana and her father. So as she investigated and searched her house, she noticed that the cellar door was still open, and she went down and she came across her father, who had clearly been corrupted. And if you guys don't know, this is her father, all corrupted and such. No, smaller. There we go. He's a giant. He's 50 feet tall. Yeah. And in the spur of everything, where both Ronnie and Hathor decided that maybe Orlana wasn't safe, and they raced to Red Hollow with their dragons as well, with Obi and Pyre. And as they got there, Hathor ran into the house just as Orlana, after having a long conversation with her father about the corruption and how he's feeling and such, she emerged from the cellar just in time to meet Hathor up in the top level. But not quick after, Orlana just gave up her father where he was. He did ask her not to let anyone know where he was, and to allow him to leave under the cover of darkness again, because the light was not something that was kind to him. But suddenly, when you both went downstairs to find your father again, to interrogate him, if you would, to find out what was going on, you came across something much different this time. He had changed, like he was fighting back the corruption and holding on to a bit of his self, but now he was no longer there. And as you began to fight, Orlana, you commanded Rigor to bash in the top of your house. Again, an odd decision, but a decision nonetheless. And so when the tail went down into the house and came back up again, you saw your father you saw Clyde holding on to the tail of Rigor with these crooked nails coming from his fingers into its tail. And now we stand. Orlana, you're facing your father. Okay. It's a moment as he looks at you, and you see quickly as you're standing there in front of him, his eyes, which were a viscous black, kind of drop almost, and you see the light brown for a moment as he looks at you. He just says, Orlana, run. Don't let it. And then it stops, and all you hear is cracking. You see that shade of black, that viscous fluid that was in his eyes, just submerge and take them over again. And as they do that, you start to see his arm just, and his other arm just start cracking and elongating a little bit further. You see his legs start cracking a little bit as he begins to grow unnaturally longer and taller in a way. And before you have a chance to really do anything in this moment, you hear another voice, Alana. You hear Rigor in your head. What's burning? My tail. As you hear that, what do you do in this moment? So in this moment, while he's cracking and all that stuff, his normal height was about 6'2". So he was only maybe like 5 inches taller than you. Now he's like probably closer to 7 feet. And you see that his legs and his arms have like almost grown in length in a way. His body hasn't, but his like legs and arms have, as he's kind of morphed a little bit. As who? Hector? I love it. I love it. As you hug your father, you hear, and he wraps his arms around you. And as he does that, you feel what can only be described as a piercing sensation in your back. As he digs the nails from his hands into your back. And he lowers his head beside your ears and goes, another bloodline breaks. As you take 10 points of necrotic damage. In that same moment, you hear the wings of your dragon as Rigor begins to lift off the ground. Orlana, I'm sorry. I have to go. Ronnie or Hathor, please give me a perception real quick. You both can if you'd like, because you see Rigor lifting off the ground. You see him. $17? Was the 12? 7. Hathor, what did you get? 15? 16. Okay. As you look up, Ronnie, you don't quite clock it, but you see him lifting off. Hathor, you look up and you see Rieger's tail is dripping that black ichor. And it's not just dripping it. From where his tail was pierced, it's like there's little veins kind of creeping through it a little bit. You notice that somehow you've noticed that your you both would know that your dragons are pretty immune to most things. Not immune, but like resistant to it. Like it's very hard to like poison and like that. But this stuff seems to be seeping into it. Um, he says it's infectious. He has to go home. He has to go home. Yeah. We shouldn't be here. That thing can't touch us. As you slowly see Obi and Pyre lift off the ground. They're not leaving you, but they are now airborne. Orlana, you took your action to hug your father and try to plead him. But in this moment, give me an insight, please. Nice. I like that. In this moment, as you plead, you get a very strong feeling that he's not there anymore. It is, you technically have your movement and a bonus action if you'd like, but we do have Hathor and Ronnie on deck. So if you guys want to kind of do a little something all together, like y'all can kind of like figure out what you would like to do. Yes, you are. Mage Hand only has the ability to do 10 feet. No, sorry, 10 pounds. 10. Can that shit punch? Hold on, can it? You're not wrong. You're not wrong. You know, I'll know. I'll allow it. I'll allow it. We just gotta figure out what you guys want to do, because y'all can communicate right now with what you want to do, like how you want to you want to play this. Okay. Okay. Um. Okay. No. Okay. Hold on. I gotta ask Orlana. When you were hugging your dad, were you trying to grapple him? You were just hugging him. Okay. Then you still have your action then. I'll classify that as a bonus action because you're just trying to give him a hug. If you were trying to grapple him, then that's different. So we'll classify that as a bonus action. So you have your movement and you have your action. Okay, so yeah. So you want Orlana to try to push free, you try to assist. Okay. I will. Okay, go. Yes. Ronnie, I'll give you advantage on that. Yes, it'll be strength, but with Orlana also like trying to push back. I'll give you advantage on it, and then oh, 14, and then Hathor, what are you doing with Mage Hand? Okay. With the Mage Hand, he'll roll at disadvantage to see if he holds the grapple. Okay. Hold on. He's got pluses. He's got pluses. Oh, he does not pass. He does not. You win. You win that one. You win that one. So you okay. So in this moment, you are able to pull Orlana free. As you do, you see his hands come out from her back, and as that does, you kind of see like it almost looks like that black ichor just kind of flicks out as he takes a step back, as his hands go up to try to block the mage hand that's in his face. at the same time. You guys managed to step free, and he does not have a reaction. He's not able to have a reaction in this moment. So you guys are able to disengage and get away from there without that. Yeah, I fixed the distance now, so you guys are able to actually, yeah. They're over there, and they're up like 30 or 40 feet. You, I want Hathor and Ryan to both roll with, all of you roll with insight. Give me an insight real quick. You're going through a lot. Ruben, as Rigor lifted off, you just felt that he was conserving his energy as he backed away. Hathor and Ronnie, you feel this panic and scared sense coming from your dragons. So much so that they're not willing to land with this thing still around. Ronnie, you specifically, you've gone through a lot with Obi, and you felt Obi when he was coming down the mountain, how uneasy he felt when flying, and how his confidence was shaken. This is the only way to really equate it is terror. Obi's afraid. He's scared, and Pyre's. You've never felt this from Hathor. You've never felt this from Pyre. He's scared. They're here, but they're like 40 feet in the air. What about us? That rock is probably the same height as the house, so you're looking at probably 20 feet. How far can you jump? I would imagine your jump speed, unless enabled by the jump, would be about 10 feet at the very most. Right? But you'd have to climb the rock. Okay, so go ahead and move you guys' characters. He's disengaged, so he's not going to be coming at you. You guys have the ability to move. Get you guys to where you want to be. Okay. Okay. Your action gave Ronnie advantage to get you broken off, so you would not have that anymore. You don't have no action. You have your movement left, and that's it. Okay. Mm-hmm. Ooh. Your dragons are in the air, but they also still have their actions. Go ahead, yeah. We're lighting shit up again. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. You want Pyre to torch the forest. Holy shit. All right, all right. So first of all, Pyre's here, and he's 40 feet in the air. In order for Pyre to be able to launch, and where do you want him to hit? Yeah, just draw it on the map. You can. You want him to hit right there. So he's here, right? In order for Pyre to hit that spot specifically, first of all, it's a cone. He'll do a cone, a 30-foot cone, which will be like this. He has to move closer. You now have to talk your dragon into moving closer. Uh, um, roll me persuasion, please. DC 12. He trusts you. Hmm. Uh, Hathor, I can't. Um, as he raises higher into the air. I I know you're stronger, Hathor. I know you can do it. But I can't take the risk of that thing touching me. Pyre turns. And all you hear in your head, I have to check on Rigor. As he begins to fly away. At this moment, with all the craziness that's happened, you hear voices behind you. You hear the entire village who has been standing around this fire, easily 50 plus people, looking on as they see all this happening. And you hear Elda. Clyde? What happened to Clyde? All right. Ronnie, what is your... Just fucking leaves you guys. Oh my goodness. Oh, roll me persuasion, please. Good enough, though. um, you hear, you're gonna jump, aren't you? Okay. Um, you want me to do something else? I bet you I can hit him from here. Oh, okay. Okay. He lowers. Okay. All right, give me an acrobatics to climb the rock. The DC is 14. Because the rock is not rough. They're smooth. Okay. All right. You managed to climb up. You managed to climb up the rock. Obi is about 12 feet above you right now, give or take. But with what you want to do, you manage to be able to jump. And as you do, it's almost as if he's anticipating it, and he kind of like lowers it just a little bit more, and you manage to grab onto the pommel of your saddle as you jump up, and heave yourself on. It is Clyde's turn. You guys used all your stuff. It's his turn. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. You see him step forward. See him step forward again. About how far was that? 10 feet. As he emerges out of the shade of the forest, you start to see this thing. It's not your dad anymore. You now notice that when you look at its face, the parts of the skin has kind of gone tight and ripped in places as if its jaw is starting to unhinge itself. You see its arms that have like stretched out long and gangly as it's reaching out. You see its legs doing the same kind of thing as it turns and like tilts its head as it looks over in your direction, but then you also notice it turn and look towards the people of the village as you're and you start to see when the sun hits this thing as if it starts to smoke. Thank goodness. Oh no. As you see him runs right up beside you're up in the air right now. You're like up here. Yeah, you're up in the air like this. So you're not there right now. But we'll move you over here for right now. As he runs up to right here between both of you. And you see his skin is bubbling. Okay. That's for me. That's for me. That's for me. As you see this thing, as it gets right up close to you, Orlana, and as it gets in between you and Hathor, and it reaches out and swipes at each of you. A 23 and a 25. All right. Okay. Orlana, we're going to do you first. Two points of slashing damage. And 3 points to Hathor. As when this thing goes to swipe at you and cut into you, before it has the chance for its black ichor to like infect, it almost as if the sun burns it away. This thing looks bloodied. Looks like it's feeling uneasy right now. That'll be its turn. It's technically Orlana's first. You have your what do you have in your hand right now? Which one? Oh, okay. That hits. Sorry, hold on. Where do you hit this thing with your dagger? Orlana? Where do you hit this thing with your dagger? Okay. As your dagger sinks in, you see this thing reach down and kind of grab where you stabbed it. As it drops to its knees, you see those soft chestnut eyes come back out again. As if whatever the creature is kind of lets go in this moment as the sun is pelting it. And it looks at you. Your father is looking at you up from his knees as the dagger is in his gut. Be brave. Finish it. What do you do in that moment, Orlana? What are you doing in this moment? As you see Hathor approaching with her sword, what are you doing? As you try to plead with Hathor to not, you see her walk up behind and just the sword right down the back of its neck into its chest. And you hear, you're automatically hitting. That you don't need to roll for this. And all you hear is, as you see like that black ichor get coughed out, and as it does, the sun hits it and it almost evaporates. And you just, as Clyde falls over. Alana, you feel a hand on your shoulder. It's Elda. You right on your left shoulder. It's Elda. She looks down at you and it's how you would have wanted it. That wasn't your father anymore. No, when he fell down, your knife kind of pulled out. It was still in your hand. And then same with Hathor, her sword was down, but when he fell down, it's like she held it there and he just kind of fell away from the blade. You're gonna try to hold him? Please give me a wisdom saving throw. As you collapse to your knees and you go to scoop him up as best you can, as you raise him from the ground, the thing you start to notice right away is almost how frail the body is, as if it had already been decayed from the inside out. And it crumbles around your arms and back into the earth. Okay. As you watch this happen and you let out that scream, you take 3 points of psychic damage. And if I'm correct, you both, Ronnie and Hathor, watch as Orlana lets out this scream and falls unconscious into the ground. Smells safe. Kinda. And he has no problem lowering as he lands. Okay. In this moment, Orlana, as you pass out, you are completely void of thought. You remember when your dad, when you both walked on the beach, you enjoyed the sunset, and you remember him giving you a big hug. You were only 7, 8 at the time. And he whispered in your ear that he loved you. Before your eyes snap open. as air rushes into your chest. Pyre is gone. He is fast. You don't hear anything in return. The rooms aren't wrecked. You watch Obi walk up to where the body was, and where now it's ash and everything. And as he does, he kind of puts his talon into the earth and pulls back some of the ash. And as he does, the one thing you notice are those emerald poppies. The same ones that bloomed when the wolf went down in the forest. You start to see them slowly burst through the earth. Well, I guess my job's done here. So did you guys. That thing was scary. But I should probably head back and check on Rigor. He seemed pretty hurt. I'm concerned. Okay. Okay. Travel safe. And try to figure out what else is going on. Okay. Bye. As he just and lifts off. You don't hear anything in return. Did he? But I think that was with the hatchets, right? I don't. Yes, he threw. He had corrupted hatchets. No, he bit him. Yes, right. He did. He did. Interesting. I completely forgot about that. Okay. Thank you for reminding me. Well, his, his he didn't make it back. He fell over Bellamore Bay. Oh. Okay. Elder just looks at the three of you. Well, this is a definite change of events. Did not see our day planning out this way. Well, like we always say, plan for the unexpected. Wise words, young one. But you all seem to need some rest, so want to come back to the trading post and maybe take a moment and maybe I don't know, talk to me about what just happened. As you see the plethora of people still standing around the pyre, just whispering to one another. You can hear little snippets. Oh, was that Clyde? What just happened? Did Alana just kill her father? Things like that from the crowd. As you trance towards the crowd, they see you coming and they kind of just like instinctively take a step back, like a kind of little shudder because they just witnessed everything that kind of happened. Give me, are you okay? Are you trying to intimidate them, or are you trying to like just okay? Roll me intimidation. All all I'm seeing right now is as you trance over there. You ever see those anime shows when like the teenagers just like it just like throws their arms down beside their body and just starts screeching at a crowd or whatever it is and losing their mind. That's what I'm seeing right now. That's what they're seeing right now. So that's that's what they see is as you walk over there, you're just pumping your fist down and in anger about everything. You're passionate about what you're saying, very passionate. They take a step back, but they all kind of instinctively put their backs up a little bit more and look at you, and you begin to hear the yippers back and forth again. Now they're talking more. Who does she think she is? Does she really think she's that scary? Wow. Little things like that you hear. Elda, as you're heading towards the trading post, Orlana, as you stand up to go to walk toward the crowd, you feel Elda's hand on your shoulder. We need to talk. And sooner than later. This is not the time or place. Things have happened that need to be explained. Everyone is on edge. Let's go have some tea and have a chat. How about you say it afterwards, Orlana? You give everyone time to ingest what has happened. Everyone needs to calm the fuck down. As you get even more hyped up, as Elda turns and begins to follow Hathor's lead back to the trading post. It doesn't take long for you guys to get there. As you do, the place is empty right now. There's not even music playing. It's almost as if everything has just been abandoned for the incident outside. You see Elda walk in, and she heads to the bar. She puts on a pot. Please sit. We need to have a discussion. We need to talk about what has happened. What is happening? As you guys... Yes, Hathor. Oh, you're just stretching? Okay. I saw your arm go up like this, so I was like, yes, would you like to say something? That's why I was like, yes, what's up? It doesn't take long for her to boil some water and set up some tea. Okay. As you say that, Elda walks over. She's got 4 cups on a tray and a teapot in the middle, and just very true words for someone so young. Well said. She plates the tray on the table and pours the 4 cups. Orlana, the scent hits you first. You know this tea. You know you would brew it before going on a hunt. It's Hunt Master's Rest. She moves the cup in front of each of you and one to the edge of the table where she sees Hathor leaning against the wall. Please, come sit. We'll get some rest and we'll have a chat. You can fill me in on what is going on, because this is such an odd day. Such an odd day. It's flavored with, it's deep, it's spiced, it's grounding almost. It's filled with, it's a black tea with roasted chicory, cinnamon, and blood orange peel. For the next 24 hours, you'll have advantage on perception checks involving smell and hearing. Please, sit, Hathor. No one will get you in here. Take a moment to reflect on everything that just happened. You just took someone's life. That should weigh a little heavier on you. Whether or not it does, I can't tell. But anyways, what is going on? First this morning I have a letter from Alistair, like, yes, he spoke quite highly of you 3, actually, in the letter. He spoke about the adventures and running into one of his old, not really friend, Lord Rook, and the escapades in his theater house. Alistair was always one for theatrics. Hmm. As you feel Elda's hand rest on yours, Orana. It's just a comforting. Mm. Mm. Please, Ron or Hathor, you have anything to add to this? Oh. Mm. Sounds like a lot. You tend to do that, don't you? You're always a sleepy one. Quick to fall asleep. Oh, yes. There's nothing wrong with that, though. Is that what that stuff is? Oh. Oh. Clyde? You didn't get a chance to see. No. So so I've gone for walks through the woods the last week. You know Orlando, you know my evening walk that I go for, my stroll. Um, I've noticed that some of the trees getting closer to town have taken on a tainted texture. Their leaves seem to be decaying and wilting and unnatural rates. Would this be connected to that? Oh dear. Hmm. Okay. Well, this all seems very um large. Best way that I can kind of explain it or justify it or yeah, large. So, mhm. So what are your next steps? Have to roll me a history. Just continue, Ronnie. as Ronnie says, looking for someone connected to everything that's going on, Hathor, that triggers a memory. You remember the first time you guys were in Blackthorn and you were talking to Elandra? The person who was responsible for leading everything that was kind of happening there was Zarian. And when you came across Ormal the first time, you knew that Zarian was... He was working with Zarian, the self-proclaimed Lord of Blackthorn. Ronnie, as you mentioned the Scorched Mountains, you see Elda kind of pull her hand away from Orlana and look at you. Oh, you're from there. Oh, that is intriguing. I know of it, I guess you could say, or not necessarily it, but there's an order that lives in those mountains. Yeah. I know of it because a few months back, I believe it was a few months back, someone came through here. Odd woman. Looks out of place. But she was always writing in her book. It was trying to pry answers from her was quite difficult. But the Scorched Mountains did come up. Trying to remember her name. Ara? Start Aya? Start with an A. I cannot remember now. But yeah. Ah, yes. Oh, thank you. My mind here is quite old. So yes. Oh, yes, she was very keen on our village and us with worshiping Arden and the hunts and how simple we kind of lived. Since it kind of reminded her of home. Oh, I would imagine. The Scorched Mountains don't get their name because they're forested. That would be like adding kindling to a fire. Yes. But good news though. You all might want to know. The residents of Blackthorn who took refuge in Oakhurst, well, They headed back yesterday morning. They're heading home. So that's always good. I'm sorry, what was that? Apparently they desired to go and sleep in, well, not all of them can sleep in their beds, I guess. Oakhurst is very small. It's a small farming village. It couldn't hold the amount of people that migrated there so quickly. It's like taking a big population and sticking them in an itty bitty little village. Like, think about it. Think if they all came here. We have like 12 houses. Well, 11 now, actually. It would just it wouldn't work, right? You wouldn't be able to sustain them. Like, yeah, exactly, Ronnie. I was about to say it myself. They're home. So, but that's good news, though. That's good news. Must be safe enough for them there, right? It's got to be. Mm-hmm. A different look? Why would you need a different look? Oh, what she said. Okay. Okay. Her eyes go wide. Like wide. As she looks you over and goes, Orlana Draven. You burnt down half a keep? You child, you need to learn to think before you act. This has always gotten you in trouble. You need to learn to think. Oh. She rests a hand on her face. You need to stop trying and start succeeding. Sometimes there's going to be one of these times you're going to make a decision. You're just going to do something and it's not going to pan out for you. And conveniently, most of them panned out for you, I guess. Aside from burning down a keep, that really didn't pan out. So you're the reason they had to rehome for so long? Oh. Well, then, if they're on their way back, it would only be the right thing for you to make sure they're okay. That would be that would be the honorable thing to do. As Aldo reaches out and puts a hand on Orlana and Ronnie's hand. Is everything okay with your friend over there, with Hathor? Is she okay? She seems distant. I know you three have been through a lot. Yes, a lot has happened. I just hope that you're handling it well. You all need to confide in each other. You're going to make this journey together. That's all. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Trust does have to be built. Mm. Oh, that would be so lovely. To have sisters, that would be so lovely. Oh, no? Okay. Well, this has sure been a lot to take in. Since you don't have a home to rest in tonight, I'll go ahead and make you up some beds upstairs, and you can get some rest. It's not really nighttime yet. It's more midday than anything else. But with what you've been through, it might be an idea to take it easy for a little while, because that was, oh, I know if I had to do that, it would take a lot out of me. So, yeah. Well, it is your home, Alana. You can do what you wish. It is your home. Free to go and come and go. How's that saying go again? Free to come and go. Yes. Ha, 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 ha. Okay. Well, it's been a long day for me. I'm going to go ahead and get to some more of my duties. You are welcome to obviously eat and relax and, well, whatever else you would like to do. Zelda takes the last sip of her drink, and she gets up from the table and heads into the back of the trading post, and you can hear things being shuffled around and movement. It's faint. What are you guys' plans? Oh, 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 this is, oh, I miss your hugs, Orlana. She embraces you back, and it lasts, for the length of time that a grandma would hug. It's okay. You'll have to grow up. It's not easy, but you're brave. All of you are brave. So, if I don't see you before you leave, safe travels, okay? Oh, I know you will. You can never stay away from home too long. Hmm. Yes, yes. Hathor, did you drink the tea? I didn't hear that. Okay, you don't get the benefits. Okay, just as long. Okay. Um, are you all heading back to Orana's house? Okay. That's, okay. Um, Hathor, does Orlana know about your past? Does she know about your mother? Mm, okay. 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 As you all begin to head back to Orlana's house, you see most of the townsfolk have kind of scattered on and gone about their day. You've been in the trading post for probably a solid hour to hour and a half, sitting there and having tea with Zelda. And as you begin to go back to your house, you do notice that on the way over there, there are a couple of kids, and they're kind of like inspecting the area where that creature. They're not getting too close to it. They're kind of like they're back like 5-10 feet. Um, but it does draw your attention as you're walking past it, and you notice that the emerald poppies are in full bloom, and they've made the shape of Clyde's body in the ground. Um, as you walk past and head in the door, as it was left open, it was not hard. Uh, Stepping in, they were looking like right here. This is where the body fell, like where Clyde is right now. So like there's some kids right here, and there's some kids right here, and I assume that you guys are walking this way, right? So, um, doesn't take. Uh, See a couple of them turn to each other, and they kind of whisper, and they scamper off. They don't really respond. As you make it into the house and you stand there in your kitchen, you notice that the place has gotten a lot more light recently. There's a Orlana walks in and goes, "Do you like my newly installed skylight?" Um, yeah, right. Um, as you look around, you notice that around your room hasn't been touched. There's no missing parts. There's like things that were hanging on the walls or shelves were knocked off because of the abruptness of the tail slamming into the house, shaking the walls. But for the most part, you have a pretty intact room. Um, the kitchen is pretty unscathed as well, but unfortunately, your father's room was right beside where the cellar kind of goes down, and it's not in bad shape. Part of the wall is missing that goes into it. Um, but for the most part, uh, you've got a cot in the living room that you can use. You've got your bed in your room. You got your father's bed. Plenty of places for you guys to get some rest and sleep. Um, and as you muddle around the house and find all this stuff, it takes about another probably half hour, 30 minutes. Uh, what was that roll for? Okay, what's the total? On a 15, what does Orlana read? Mm-hmm. Is okay. Orlana, your arm starts to feel warm. Your mark. Displaying the level of trust the blind level of trust that you are willing to put into someone else. You feel the surge climb your arm as you see the head and you see the wings and the body, and you start to see what looks like links to a tail start to wrap around your forearm. It's not finished yet, but it's almost as if it's almost there. I'm sorry. All I'm thinking is fucking Zach Galifianakis on top of the roof. That's all that's going through my mind right now. I'm sorry. All right. Hathor. After sharing such a personal thought, you feel it. Your arm is radiating heat. And it feels like something's being seared into it. As after the spine comes part of the tail as it begins to wrap around your forearm. Proof that your bond is strengthening. The night Ronnie, as you instill confidence or attempt to be determined, as you attempt to instill confidence in Hathor, and you volunteer, you're willing to share the weight. Your arm starts to burn. And where there were just some wings and a spine, the mark looks incomplete. But suddenly there's a few links to a tail that begins to fashion around your forearm. It sears into you, sears into all three of you. You all Y'all now share initiative and can move up and down the order at will. As you guys are sitting and standing and communicating, essentially, and just having your chat, one thing you begin to notice is it's gotten late. And you can really tell because the moonlight is coming through the newly designed skylight. And just I had to say it. And it's casting across the old wooden floor, where you heard birds chirping as the sun was setting. The world around you has kind of grown quiet, except for the distant crackle of the pyre in the center of town. You can hear a few people having short conversations, but for the most part, it has gotten late. All three of you feel it. You you do. You have your bow you used before your father had yours crafted. Um, but again, as you were looking through your father's room, you saw other um, older bows and such. You know what? Did you search your father's room? Um, you come across a bow. It was under your father's bed. It was wrapped in cloth. Almost looked like it had been stored for a long time. You unwrap it and you see it's crafted with dark ashwood. It's got a staghorn cresting the top. You see thin carvings resembling what looks like twisted branches running down the long limb. And you see what looks like darkened leather wraps the grip. It's been worn down from old use. And as you look it over, you notice it's got faint silver lines that shimmer through the wood, like the veins in a leaf. The string looks like it's never frayed. It almost looks brand new. This is Whisperwind, your mother's bow. It only goes up from here. Orlana dies. Almost. Rick falls, so this just lands right on her. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'll send you the details on that bow later. You have never seen this bow before, but you feel connected to it. But it is also a long bow, just so you're aware. Yes, it's not a short bow. Oh shit. What did I just do? um, I don't think you heard what happened the first few sessions. You don't get a new dragon. Oh, I know. The ghost told you that. Um, the night goes on. You're all feeling extremely exhausted. It's been a day for you. Is there anything else you'd like to do before you hit the hay? Just let. Damn. Um, as you whisper that in their ears. Just let it happen. Shh. Um, it doesn't take long for you all to find yourself drifting off to sleep. And almost as quickly as you do, morning comes so quick. Oh, um, no, um, you all wake to the sound of birds. You can hear the crashing waves against the cliff edge, just on the outside of town. The village is quiet, though. What are you guys doing? Are you hanging around? Or are you hitting the road? Option C. You all have a long rest, by the way. Yes, you all get a long rest. I should probably tell you that before I'm like, hey, what are you guys gonna do? Take the portal again, lose some memories. Yeah. Whoa. Uh, that was crazy. Like, crazy. I got back and like Rigor was just laying in the courtyard, like not really moving. It was nuts. Um, I knew he wasn't quite dead because like I could still sense his heartbeat, but like it was slow. And Pyre, I thought he was okay, but uh, I guess not. Um, eh, but he's not dead. I don't know. Wild Oak's been in a bit of a tiff, um, all night. So, I just kind of stayed back and let him do his thing, and yeah, um, I think he's fixing it. I think. I don't know. He's been doing stuff. They look like they're sleeping. They're so still and quiet. It's very weird. Oh, oh, they have one. I feel it. Oh, slower than usual, I guess. Yeah, it's usually like a boom boom, a boom boom, a boom boom. You know, being so big and all, they have is if it goes really fast, that could be bad. But right now it's like a boom, a boom, a boom, kinda. So, but it's there. What was that thing? Right. Well, that makes no sense. I got bit by the wolf. It didn't do the same thing? Oh, that's weird. Okay. Oh, I have to go. Barlow's looking at me. Okay. Oh shit. um. Okay. Hmm. Roll me a Constitution, but do it with advantage. Your bond has grown overnight, so it's stronger. What'd you get? 10? Oh, okay. Um, you reach out. At first, you don't feel much. You focus a little more. You don't get a response, but you do get what feels like a heartbeat in your chest. It's not yours, but it feels like the one that you endured while doing your tests. Arana, you're reaching out too. I know you try to speak to them, but you're actually are you gonna try to feel for them? All right, you go ahead. Roll me Constitution with advantage. Okay. You get a similar feeling. You get a heartbeat. It feels slow, powerful, but slow. All right. As you guys gather your no. No. uh, as you guys gather your things and you begin to leave the house and you step out and the fresh morning air hits your face. You notice that the pyre in the center of town is still going, but everyone seems to be still asleep. It is early morning. Talking, the sun has just risen. And as you, Rolana, you lead, as you know your way to Blackthorn from here. You've been a couple of times with your dad. As you get closer to the edge of the village, you hear, leaving without saying goodbye. Oh, oh, oh. Well, safe travels, okay? And just watch each other's backs. So you have out there. So make sure y'all come back. I'll have a new tea for us all to drink. All right? As oh, you better. As she waves you off. You guys start heading towards Blackthorn. It doesn't take long for you to pass by Oakhurst. It's still off in the distance. It's not right on the path to Blackthorn. But it's a solid 6 to 8 hours of walking. In the distance, you see it. You see, first, as you make your way, the road feels wrong. Doesn't feel abandoned or like broken, but it feels quiet, which is odd for a well-traveled road. The gates of Blackthorn come into view, and well, the first thing you notice is the smoke. See thin columns still rising above the walls. Not from fresh flame, but as if extinguished pyres. It doesn't take long for you to get to the gate, which only has... Go ahead. Oh, yeah. Roll me a performance. You for sure dust up the eyebrows and draw a mustache. No problem. And as you make it to the gate, go ahead. It's just a smudge. As you approach the gate, you see there's no lineup. Not like before when you were coming to Blackthorn. There was a procession leading into the keep. Right now, there's nothing. The gates are open, and you see two guards. They've got Garian colors on, and they're resting up against the wall, essentially. Not really doing much. Which is completely different than before. Before you actually enter the keep, aside from the smoke, the next thing you get hit with is the scent of burnt wood and stone. It's pungent still. It hasn't really gone away. And as you step in, past the gate, one of the guards kind of looks over. He sees you, Ronnie. He sees Hathor, and then he sees Orlana, and just kind of gives you a awkward look. You would be probably mid-afternoon. You'd be around 3 or 4. Just shakes his head and goes back to leaning against the wall. As you step inside, the damage reveals itself fully to you. The first thing you notice, you're entering through this gate up here. FYI. First thing you notice is the charred beams that lay scattered across a large chunk of the city. The walls have been split in areas along the inner side. A lot of the houses that were there are no longer standing. You notice the cathedral you guys held up in is completely raised. And then you see a break in the trees. The large chasm in the monastery of Hollow Mercy, where that thing climbed out. This is all incredibly overwhelming as you step in. You see the burnt carcasses of the trees. But then you see something else. Platforms have been raised at the edge of the scarred areas where the heat still resonates. And on top of those platforms, you see people. They're bound. They're on display. At the bottom of these platforms, you see 3, 4, 5 guards, each one protecting them. You notice a couple at first. They're members of the rebellion. The ones you sought to help. And then your eyes find it. A solo person on one platform, bound to a pillar at the edge of the heat. Their face is red. They're exhausted. They're weakened, but still standing. You see her head lifts slightly She seems unbroken still. Silandra. And that's where we'll end it tonight. That's so bad. Or was it, what was it, Frederick? Her husband? Her husband, who Roderick or Frederick, who died in the chambers below. Yeah. Go through your notes. Oh yeah, Ronnie, welcome to Blackthorn. So you see that. This is what it looked like beforehand. That's what it looks like now. Yeah, a little bit, eh? Yeah, it wasn't even like a fireball. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching. We appreciate you so much. It is late, actually. This one went long. But there's a lot. You know what? You guys had amazing RP happening there. I fucking loved it. I loved every second of it. You guys were really rolling with it, and it was awesome. It was awesome. I was just glad to sit there and witness it, man. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it a lot. Put it on a t-shirt. Thank you all so much for watching. And if you want to see how this concludes next week, you have to tune in on Wednesday at 9:45. All right? Until next time, deuces.
Take your chance, make it right in the game of endless night. Every quest, every fight, dreams are born in the light. Legends rise, we won't fall. Through the storm, hear the call. Fall for the nestled. Heroes on the throne to finish. Take a chance, make it right in the game of endless night. Ever initiative, hero's heart so definitive. Take your chance, make it right in the game of endless night. Every quest, every fight, dreams are born in the light. Legends rise, we won't fall. Through the storm, hear the call. Roll for initiative here. Hero's heart so definitive. Take your chance, make it right in the game of endless night. Every quest, every fight, dreams are born in the light. Legends rise, we won't fall. Through the storm, hear the call. Oh, Mountains rise, we won't fall. Through the storm, hear the call. Night.